Hello, welcome to Three Cups Tarot Readings to Uplift the Collective. We're doing a reading for the week ahead whenever you find this, and it's going to be a pick a card reading. So we're going to get our three options out first. I'm going to take the top one that came out of this chunk. So we have 15 toxic witches. Be cautious of those who take more than they give. And this is the devil card in the traditional tarot. Let's get our second reading. Okay. Whoa. Two of Wands. Your decisions decide your future here. Nothing else. That's what it says on the text. Okay, and your last one coming out is Seven of Swords. Are your actions really as selfless as you think? That's what it says on the card. So take a minute, pause the video if you need to, and whatever readings, whatever words or numbers or imagery that are drawing you in on an intuitive level, those would be your readings or your one reading for the week ahead. And you can check the timestamps to skip ahead, and I'll see you in those readings. Hi, reading one. So you were drawn to the number 15 card, Toxic Witches, and it says be cautious of those who take more than they give. So I plan to pull out two more cards, but you're actually getting three that just flew out on the first shuffle. So it's Five of Swords in reverse, the Strength card in reverse, and the Nine of Swords card. Okay, this is very clearly a conflict that is not going your way, hasn't been going your way. You can see the symmetry here with the Toxic Witches and the Five of Swords. The two main characters in these cards, isolating, feeling left out, willfully walking away from a situation. Everyone in the Five of Swords is choosing to walk away. Five of Swords is typically depicting like a win-lose scenario, where some people you feel like they've won the situation, but even if you felt like you've won, there's a sense that maybe no one has really won in the end. This has put you out of your strength. You're not feeling fully yourself, and maybe life is feeling a little chaotic because of this too. This is why we get to the Nine of Swords, which is like the nighttime, up at 3 a.m. anxieties card. And so your message for this week is to, be aware of how the situation is affecting you. And most importantly, to not get to this point where you're losing sleep over the situation. I feel like I need to read this. It says we all get a bit carried away with our worries sometimes. So I feel like this situation that you're in has put you out of your power, makes you feel like you're in an environment of chaos. There's nothing that you can do right now in that situation, and you kind of just have to let it be. But that also means not fretting and losing sleep, maybe trying to problem solve or worry about what's going to happen. I feel like I want to pull some cards to get your message of reassurance, because this is what's coming up in your reading, that you're being reassured that the situation, there's nothing for you to do in the situation and it'll work itself out, and for you not to make yourself suffer any more than you need to. So I want to get clear messages for you next on what is your reassurance then for this week regarding the situation. Okay, so you're getting two of these. Dark Spirit, Moon, Void. So I feel like this is like a void period. Things are still working themselves out, and you need to give it the due time for it to go through that process to work itself out. And you're also getting Earth Mother surrender. So this is definitely your advice to surrender to that void process. And the way you can do that is to feel the flows of how everything is pulling right now. If you just kind of close your eyes, open your third eye, and tune into the flows of the energy around you, the environment that feels chaotic, tune into the flows. That's going to help calm you and reassure you as you go through this period. So you're being reminded that you do have these intuitive abilities to tap into kind of like the oncoming resonances or like vibrations of what's to come. So you can pick up little bits here and there of like how, you know, like say the mood of a room is like, or kind of like the immediate future of this situation that you're in. You can pick up some of those hints from the universe, and so you're being encouraged to go within and just tune in and listen to how this situation is going forth by your own intuitive assessment. Can we have one more message for this group to go by? So you're getting here the horse and bluebell and the elk and ash, strength again. So the horse and bluebell says modest fortitude, and the elk and ash says strength, and it's landing on the strength card that was in reverse originally. Your strength will be restored if you kind of tune in and reconnect to your intuitive knowing. That's your center of power. You are putting yourself out of it. Somehow you're doubting that knowledge and that strength of yours. And your guides are saying you can restore it in this way. Modest fortitude, it's kind of just putting one foot in front of another with the landing on the 9 of Swords, rather than sitting up and spending this designated time period where the universe is sorting out different aspects to the situation, rather than like spending all those nights worrying about it, because it's going to happen whether you worry about it or not. Instead, just put one foot in front of another with modest fortitude. Wake up each morning, do your day by day. Just go about your usual business rather than making yourself suffer in this way. And then you had one more popping up, so I want to bring this one in. It's the spider and passion flower, creative ingenuity. I kind of get the feeling with the spider, like, you know, weaving your web, laying in wait. It's another kind of waiting it out message here. You know, just go about weaving your web, making yourself feel safe or prepared in whatever way you can. And things will work out the way that they're supposed to in the end, and you don't have to let yourself suffer. I feel like I want to pull one card for how is this going to end? Like what is the bigger picture here? Luck and motivation. So luck is definitely on your side. If you feel like you need a little luck to get through the situation, you are protected. You have luck on your side. And so just stay focused on what you need to do. Stay motivated, because things are swifting. That's not a word, but I channeled it. Swifting your way. And that's your message for the week ahead. I hope that it's helpful for you. Thank you for watching. Thank you for any likes, shares, or subscribes. And I hope to see you in another reading soon. Take care. Hi, reading two. So you were drawn to the Two of Wands card, and it says your decisions decide your future here, nothing else. And I just keep getting drawn to the crystal ball in this card. It's like you're looking for clarity, you're trying to make a decision, obviously, on something, and you're just not seeing it, even though you know it's there. And you're getting a little frustrated, I can feel. This struggling with the sense of knowing that the answer is right in front of you, but not really seeing it. So those are the starting energies where I'm feeling for your week ahead. I'm going to pull a couple more cards to qualify that. So you're getting the Four of Pentacles and the Tower card and the Magician card. The Four of Pentacles is kind of striking me. It looks like you're deciding between things. Again, deciding where to put your money, where to invest or spend your money. And it looks like you're getting the advice to wait. I think you don't see this decision or the answer clearly yet because there's something that's going to happen still in this Tower card that will change the scenario in some way that the scenario you're deciding on. And so you need to wait for this change that's coming down the line before it becomes very clear to you what you need to choose. And with ending up with the Magician card here, this is you making your start. You have made your choice. You are starting in a direction that you're happy with, and it says here you have everything you need to do anything you want. So there's some kind of material connection there between the Four of Pentacles, a card of resources and deciding how to save or spend or invest them, and the Magician deciding how to use what's around you, the resources at hand, to make your life, to meet your calling or to make what you will of your life. So this does tell me that in the end you do make the right choice. And so it's the main message here is to wait. Wait until clarity comes to you. Wait for this shift. And this feels like a shift in the broader society or situation around you. For example, if you're thinking of signing up for like a degree course or a certificate course, wait, because something will shift and maybe you'll be offered some other financial aid that wasn't available to you before, something like that. Or maybe the program or the school will get shut down, so it's a good thing you didn't waste your money on the application fee, something like that, you know. So you're being asked to wait a little bit, and then you'll make the right decision. You'll be just fine. I wonder if we can get any indication on how long, about timing, how long this group can wait. So you're getting the Six of Wands in reverse. So I take this as less than, and I want to say 6 weeks or 6 months, whatever makes more sense to you. So if you have to make this decision within like a year, then you just have to wait less than 6 months. If you have to make this decision within like 3 months, then it would take the 6 weeks interpretation. You just have to wait less than 6 weeks before this Tower moment happens, and then you can go ahead and make that decision. But yeah, it depends on the timeline that you're already working with. You can take that interpretation as you need. This is crazy. I felt impulsively that I needed to pull from this deck next to me, and I just pulled and looked under, and it was the Six of Wands in reverse again. And so I'm taking that as a confirmation that my interpretation was correct. That was wild. Okay, so what is another card that our reading two can be guided by in this week? Any advice, whether it's the same topic or something else? Kind of stubborn cards. I'm gonna try this one more. Okay, there you go. So you're getting here Elder Wisdom, number 14. So reach to somebody who is older than you, who is more experienced than you, and who can advise you on this decision that you're making. Someone who has walked that path before. And I think there is someone you have in mind that you do trust, but maybe you're not thinking to ask them, or you're shy to ask them. They're waiting for you to ask them. They're ready to help advise you. So they're supposed to be part of this decision-making process for you. So definitely reach out to an elder in whatever capacity you have around you. You're also getting the Possum and Peony, Bashfulness, the Wolf and Rosehip, Guardianship, the Hare and Oak, New Opportunities. Yeah, this elder person sees the way ahead for you that you might not see. Like I said, don't be shy. This person's out to protect you, to guide you towards a new opportunity. And so they're going to help make that decision a lot easier for you. And I think they're going to tell you the same thing that I am, that to wait for the right timing. But they might have a more specific or personal advice to you because they know you. Okay, I think that's your message, so I'm going to leave it there. I hope you have a great week ahead. Thank you for any likes, shares, or subscribes. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you again soon. Hi, reading 3. So you are drawn to the Seven of Swords card, and I feel like you're really being asked to reevaluate something that you feel certain about. I think... because let me read this down here. It says, are your actions really as selfless as you think? So this question, regardless of like the actual question itself, is asking you to reflect, putting a seed of doubt on something that you have decided or that you feel that you are sure about. This can be an action that you're planning to do, or it can be something that you've agreed to that someone else is going to offer you. It's not really clear yet, so I'm just going to keep pulling until we get to that point where the message comes through. So you're also getting Queen of Wands. Replace your self-doubt with self-confidence. It's interesting. So I mentioned here seed of doubt, and it says here replace your self-doubt. So if there's something that you are feeling doubtful about already, that's the thing we're talking about here. 10 of Swords, hurt people, and hurt witches. So you or someone else might be acting out of a place of pain, might be making some decisions based on previous pain rather than the situation at hand. So like this could be something like projection, projecting a previous situation onto a current one inaccurately. The reason this advice is coming up is in service to you though. So whatever way you interpret this, This is meant to help you and not to scold you or anything like that. So I see here with Knight of Cups, this is something to do with either a romantic situation or a romanticized situation. So there might be some like fantastical or like fantasy type thinking going into evaluating the reality of the situation. So whatever this is, and I think this is a kind of an all-consuming situation, like it'll be hard for you to not know what this is. With the Knight of Cups in reverse, I see that it's been on your mind a lot. You might have been obsessing with it. Same with the Ten of Swords. And with the Queen of Wands, you've been self-reflecting a lot as well. Like, this has been on your mind. So whatever that is that you're like, you just can't stop thinking about. The message here is that you're not seeing reality clearly. There's some mechanism at play, possibly likely to do with a previous situation which was hurtful or even traumatic for you, and it's kind of putting you into this situation where you're romanticizing what is happening around you right now. And so your guys want to like snap you out of that in some sense. So that you can go back into your Queen of Wands power, self-confidence rather than self-doubt. If you're in a situation where someone is getting you to doubt yourself, that's what we're talking about here. And your guides are saying you need to be out of that situation. You need to be back in your self-confidence rather than your self-doubt. Okay, let's get some more guidance for our group 3 for the week ahead. Rainbow activation, authenticity, number 23. Come back to the core of what you want and the morals and the values that you bring into the world. If you're feeling like kind of distracted or mesmerized by this person or the situation in front of you, it feels to me like a cool kid situation. Like the cool kids have, let you into the inner circle. Your guides are giving you the recommendation that, that there's some kind of misalignment with reality here. It's not really what you think it is, and to come back to the core of who you are, and that's going to guide you in the right direction. If you ever feel like you're finding yourself doing things that are misaligned with who you are, then it's time for you to get out of the influence or the situation of whoever's getting you to act that way. I feel compelled to pull one card from this deck next to me, and so it's the Knight of Pentacles hovering over the Knight of Cups in reverse. So your advice is to take up more of the excuse me, the personality and the focus and the values of the Knight of Pentacles. The Knight of Pentacles is more methodical, well thought out, like I would say thoughtful too, the way they go ahead into whatever they bring into the world, whereas the Knight of Cups can be like more a little bit more careless with affection and connections. The Knight of Pentacles is more grounded, so you're being advised to keep that groundedness in whatever you're doing. I'm also being drawn to pick a card from here. Okay, so it's the King of Wands, and it's landing over the Queen of Wands. What about the King of Wands? What is it about the King of Wands? Garden, number 20. What is it about the King of Wands? Why is the King of Wands in this message? Oopsies. New beginnings. Okay, if this is romantic, there is a King of Wands type person that is a more mature, somebody who still is like inspiring and a match to you, because you got the Queen of Wands, right? That you have your King of Wands still out there, waiting for this new beginning to build something with you. Whoever you're with that's less mature, and you can open your eyes to the red flags with that maturity level. That's not it. Go back to the authentic you, your values, your core values, and let that guide you to your new beginning with your King of Wands person. If this is not romantic, say it's like friendship or colleagues, it's the same message. There's a better connection, a better partnership out there for you. Just follow your values, your guidance, and you'll be fine. And that's your message for the week. I'm going to leave it there. I'm wishing you so much love ahead on that week. Thank you for watching and for any likes, shares, or subscribes, and I hope to see you again soon.